Good afternoon and welcome to On the Spot Motorsports Media. As both me and Robert are on here right now, we don't have any guests for tonight, but we are going to talk about the 2024 season and our picks for the most improved drivers and NHRA for this past season. So just bear with us. We have a few messages and we'll be right back.
Ready to take your engine to the next level? Scorpion Racing Products delivers precision-engineered, high-performance rocker arms that dominate the track. 100% CNC machined in the USA with aerospace-grade aluminum for unmatched strength and durability. Our rocker arms handle extreme conditions with multiple ratios available to fit your needs. Backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. When performance matters, choose Scorpion Racing Products. Proven, reliable, unstoppable.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition. And a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit, we'll protect it.
The number one source of friction in your engine is not what you think. Piston rings rubbing against the cylinder walls generate more friction than any other part of the engine. More friction and temperature means more wear and less horsepower. Fortunately, the team at Total Seal knows how to reduce friction and wear through innovative piston ring design. If it takes a piston, Total Seal can build a better ring.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank all of y'all for joining us tonight. Me and Robert, we're going to dive again into the 2024 season. This is something that we started doing last year that we go through and we pick the most improved drivers of the year. And I tell you what, we've got a work cut out for us because there are quite a few drivers who've made some big changes throughout the season and have, climbed to different positions than where they were last year.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. There's been a lot of improvements by a lot of professional racers and sportsman racers for that matter. But yeah, like Mitchell said, this is something we talk about through the year, not only with other racers and organizations, but with each other. And it's impressive. I mean, everything from Top Fuel all the way down to Pro Stock Bikes, but also in the sportsman classes. There's been some very impressive runs in the sportsman classes, not only in the national level, but also in the local level. So, like I said, we're just hanging out and talking a little bit. We're working behind the scenes with people's schedules to get some other people on here to talk to. But you know how it is this time of the year. Everybody's busy getting ready for the holidays, the schedules with the families, racing. It's like I literally got going on behind me right now. I got the Mini Million from Gainesville, Florida, playing. Right now they're in second round of dragsters for the Thursday 15K. They just ran the door cars second round. And had several local people, including Jeff Gatlin and Paul Allen and AJ out there running. So I got a chance to see them and others. And I tell you what, there's some beautiful cars and some nasty, nasty packages being put together. The same thing with the dragsters, And
I tell you, if you're not at least O-teens, you're probably going to be eliminated early. Some really tough competition out there, like Robert was saying. I'll stop by there for a few minutes this afternoon, and I tell you what a great turnout. I mean, to be a Thursday, don't quote me on it, but it looked like there was at least 360 plus cars, could be even more. And of course, that number is going to go up as we move into Friday into the weekend. And just, a wonderful event to have at Gainesville Raceway. The weather is great. The weather is going to be great, actually, the rest of the week. So with the cooler weather, it's going to help the performance of both the door cars and the dragsters.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like I said, it's very, very impressive. And not only, like Mitchell said, the turnout, but I mean, they're out there 7 o'clock at night in Gainesville, which we've all, obviously all of us here talking have raced there at that time of night. But they got dragsters dialed in at 430 and 440s, leaving about 1.5 feet, 2 foot in the air, and backing into it and running, dead one, dead two. that's impressive. And they're only behind on the tree by a dial in of less than 500s. So you have a 438 dial to a 442 dial, and I'm like going, that's crazy. that's some fast cars, and so it's impressive. It's impressive. And like I said, our buddy Barrett's on the mic, and he's doing a phenomenal job. So
yeah, Derek Putnam always does a great job announcing races and stuff, and doing the whole complete breakdown for you. So after you get finished with us here tonight, we're not going to keep everybody very long. Probably looking at a 30-minute show, or maybe even a little less. And you can go over to Motor Mania TV on their YouTube channel, and you can watch the event for free. And also, if you're in the area or you want to drive down to Gainesville this weekend, admission is free for everyone. So there should be no excuses why there's no butts in the stands. You can't beat free. You're going to see some of the best bracket racing that you've ever been part of. Tonight they're competing for 15 grand, and the rest of the week they'll be competing for $40,000. And how nice would it be to just sweep all 4 races and walk away with all that money at the end?
Yeah.
That would be an awesome defeat there.
That's going to be a great Christmas for the family. Somebody pull that off the sweep. But yeah, anything's possible. That's for sure. But that's what you're there to do. You're there to compete. You're there to do your best, and obviously your intentions are to win, or you wouldn't go. But there's people from all over the country that I've seen already, and there is a bunch of hitters that you'll recognize. And like Mitchell said, the fact that it's free entry just to come spectate, let's face it, you can't beat it. Here it is Thursday, and it's the first day of the 15K. And, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, each day, and it picks up in money. So it's great. It's well done. It's well lit. It's very, very, like I said, Motor Mania is doing an excellent job of it so far, the videography. So I encourage everybody to get out there, go see, go watch, go support. You'll enjoy it.
And I'm not for sure, but it's very possible you can see some of the pro stock drivers out there participating this weekend. Speak of some names of drivers that usually do bracket racing is Bo Butner, his wife, Randy Lamb Butner, and also Jack Coughlin Jr. And I think Dave Conley, I don't know if he's racing or not, but he's part of putting on this event. But, he can be out there racing as well in his wagon, and which is a super clean car. Just totally clean wagon. Pulls the wheels every time it takes off. And not too long ago, he raced up at South Georgia Motorsports Park, and he walked away with some cash. And so I know if he's racing this weekend, he's planning on doing the same. But the main reason for us tonight to come on is to talk about the NHRA season and our picks for the most improved drivers. So the first category that we want to go to is actually top fuel, and go ahead and let everyone know, yes, we just don't say these people are the most improved drivers of ours, but we actually hand out hardware at the Gator Nationals to the drivers in the team. So we're looking forward to doing that. Last year, our most improved drivers was Doug Coletta in top fuel, and Green in funny
Chad
car.
Green.
Chad Green, yep. And in pro stock, it was Matt Harford. And then when it came to the pro stock motorcycles, we had a little hard decision between 2 riders, so we split it between them. So each one of them got a plaque, and that was Kelly Clark and Gianna
Yep.
was Selena's, but she's now married, and I'm not going to butcher up her last name, so I'm not going to say it. Everybody knows who she is, but it has done a great job with Matt Smith Racing and competing on a high level. Done very good this year. Was able to make the countdown, and we just want the best for her. But moving on into Top Fuel, what a wonderful year at Top Fuel, and how everything wound down there at the last second. With the drivers so close: Justin Ashley, Antron Brown, Sean Langdon, and even Doug Coletta was a little on the outside, but he still had a mathematically chance of getting in and winning the championship. And, in the first round was the deciding factor for Justin Ashley. Goes out first round. He gets defeated, and that's the season. Just a heartbreaker for him, leading the points going into Pomona. But, we kind of look back at other drivers as well and where they placed last year in the standings and where they are today. And a couple of names come up. One of those, Brittany Force. She actually had improved from last year's standings to this year's standings.
Right.
Yes, we know that she didn't have but one win, and it came in Las Vegas, which was super cool because her dad was there, John Force, watching her win and watching his funny car win with Austin Prock, and I tell you what a wonderful season that he had.
Yep.
But we'll talk about that as we go into funny car.
Yeah.
But, there's also Clay Milliken that we're looking at as a potential person to win this award this year. And,
he would
he's a U.S. national winner.
Yep.
Right.
He would absolutely.
So that's going to be a hard. So we're going to look at all the data, where they qualified and all that throughout the season. But that's our two finalists that we're going to pick for most improved driver in Top Fuel. Now, if we flip over to Funny Car, there's a couple of names that stick out there as well. And Blake Alexander's one. I think he done a pretty fairly job compared to last year.
Definitely.
But unfortunately for him and Jim Head, they will not be back together for the 2025 season. So that was the last race that they would race together, was out there in Pomona. So I haven't heard anything yet who's Jim Head's going to fill in the seat or where Blake Alexander is going. But he is actually one of my picks for most improved in Funny Car. And I tell you, if you're jumping on here, we want you to jump in as well and get feedback from you who you think the top one should be to be able to get this for the most improved.
We're talking about the most improved racer or driver in NHRA, all the categories as far as Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock, and Pro Stock bikes. And then, of course, if you want to add sportsman, on the sportsman side, feel free. Let us know your opinion and why. Not just that's your person. Just give us a reason why. But you're absolutely right. Blake would definitely be a vote. One, I can't say most improved, but one, but a surprise and a really, really good, I guess, breath of fresh air and stepping in would be Jack Beckman. The way that he stepped in and helped like he did, and it's like he never left. I mean, man is very, very talented, and everybody knows Jack Beckman knows that. He can step in and drive. And the fact the way he did it, I think is, you know what I mean? He's a good man. He's a good racer. And there's many other racers there too, but yeah, we got to put some thinking into that. But Pro Stock is the one that has a lot of definite improvements. Between Stanfield picking up, between Dallas Glenn picking up like he did, and then of course Greg Anderson coming from behind and winning his sixth. But I think was it his sixth? Is it his sixth right now?
That is the sixth Pro Stock championship.
Okay, so it's the sixth. I think there's 4 racers in Pro Stock that are tied at 6 championships. and then the next one up from 6 would be Glidden at 10. So, they got a couple more to reach that plateau, but still 1's amazing, but 6 is unreal. So to come from behind in the dramatic fashion that he did is impressive also. But my first thought would be between Stanfield and Dallas Glenn, because they both improved on their positions from last year, and I believe even the year before that. And between number 1 qualifiers, going rounds, winning races, they both have a very impressive resume. But who do you think?
Well, I look at both of the drivers as well, in the scenarios that could have happened that didn't happen. Erica making it to the semifinals, she had a chance to put out, I want to say it was Glenn that she was running against, and she couldn't do it, had tremendous tire shake at the hit of the throttle, and that was the end for her. And
Right.
that was pretty much the end for Aaron.
Yeah, he shook
As
too.
Dallas Glenn and Greg Anderson goes to that final.
But do you have any?
So yeah, it's.
Do you have anybody else you want to add to that list off the top of your head?
No, just looking at all the other data, they're pretty much not too far off where they finished the year before, and so we'll have to look at that. I mean, Aaron Stanfield. I mean, what a great year of all the wins that he had. I think he had five victories, 5 or 6 victories this year.
Is it 5 victories and 2? Is it 5 victories and 7 finals? Is that what it was? Something like that.
It was something like that. Just like that. Amazing year for the young driver. And to go ahead and let you know, if you don't know already, but his father, Greg Stanfield, is coming over and will be racing with Elite as well for 2025 with his son. So they're both going to step away from the Factory X and Factory Showdown vehicles and primary just focus on winning championships there in Pro Stock, while they work with other racers in those 2 other programs. But that would be our 2 picks that we think that go over to Pro Stock Motorcycle.
Right.
A battle that was back and forth pretty much all year between Gage Herrera and Matt Smith. Just those 2 guys, just a classmanship that they showed, just a lot of great class and racing all year. And
I agree.
One of the riders that right, and one of the riders that stand out the most, I think, in that class is Angie Smith. Great improvement from last year. And the other rider is Chase Van Zant, which is in I believe is his second year in the sport. Pro Stock Motorcycle, just an excellent rider, executes very good off the tree. I think those are my 2 picks that we got to decide from. I don't know about you, Robert.
Well, is it Miss Gianna that rides? Is that her last name, Gianna, with the Scrappers?
Yes.
Is that who?
Yes.
Okay.
That's who won it last year.
Right. But I was going to say that she showed great improvements on switching styles of bikes, going back to the twin from the Suzuki, riding for Matt Smith. But also, did she put down a 202 this year? She put down a 202 mile an hour. Okay, by far the fastest, and that right there to me on a Pro Stock bike. I know Gage would be out there for as far as most impressive run. His final run at Gainesville was a pretty good jaw dropper compared to the round before. But to her put out a 202 when at that event, not too many people. I think some people were on the 200s, but I don't know how many people could even get close to that. So that's just an outside thing. But what you said, those 2 riders, I think both of them are deserving. So we got a lot to discuss on the plane. You know that, right? We got a lot to figure out here. And but
so we're going to PRI here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. We're looking
And
forward
so
to it.
me and Robert are both looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're busy trying to get things scheduled between a work schedule and travels and things like that. And we have some interviews already lined up to follow up with some people and to bring you some new products and some new information about companies, hopefully as live as possible. So now, if you have anything in particular that you would like us to ask somebody, like, either do a quick interview of them or ask them something in particular, just let us know. Just let us know, and we'll take notes, and we'll try to reach out to people and ask them to better help you get information that you need. But yeah, we're really looking forward to it. We haven't done it in years. We haven't been in years. And yeah, over 3,300 vendors. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know about you, Mitchell. I'm already getting tired thinking about it. So I'm gonna be very tired. But
we might have to get some of those hoverboards and just hover on the floor back and forth. You think you can get on one of those?
Yeah. No. There better be a whole lot of ibuprofen and ice and bubble wrap. Okay, if you or I decide to anywhere think about doing that, because I got 3 numbers.
I can ride one.
Huh?
I can ride one.
You can ride one continuously, or you can ride one for a couple seconds.
I can ride one continuously. Yeah.
Okay.
I jumped on my son's.
Do as you wish. I don't have one. I'm not around one, and I'm not going to start experimenting there. That's just.
I'll tell you what. I'll get on the hoverboard. You can grab a hold of the back of my shirt and wear roller skates.
No, because I would even dog myself on that. just no. There's. I can't emphasize enough no there. It's just.
Could you imagine the attention that we'll get on the floor there, though?
Oh yeah, the only thing missing.
These two guys doing.
Yeah, only thing missing is one of those flags you used to have on the bicycles and little kids. That's the only thing missing. Yeah, that and wearing a helmet rolling through there, just a whole bunch of no. It's just, yeah, you're right. It get a lot of attention, but no, we'll be on the 00 show, and I don't particularly want to be on that one for this. And
Robert, you want to go ahead and you want to go ahead and let people know who we got lined up so far at PRI to interview?
Oh, do I have my list? Okay. Well, I'm not going to name all the names. I'm not going to name all the names, but Blueprint Engines, Scorpion Racing Products, Big Stuff EFI Fuel Injection, Red Line Oil, Southeast Gassers Association, Blackbird Performance, Miss Michelle Lackey, better known as the Track Boss. That's just a couple. Also, Bobby Fazio. Okay, we're going to look him up. He's going to be there. That's just a little over a handful of what we already have lined up right now. We're just trying to set times. We're going to be busy. Now, something else. Now, we were talking, and we don't have an award for this, okay? But we were talking about some other things that were impressive this year. And I was going to say, and I would know you agree with me on this one, Monty Bogan Jr. for NHRA Sportsman Racer of the Year, okay? Because the man has been in, I don't know how many national event finals this year in comp and super stock. He also won the was it 10,000 to win or 20,000 to win race at Bradenton at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
I can't remember the amount, but he won that.
He's been on fire. He's been absolutely on fire.
He did that. He won a classic Gear Jammers race with his buddy's Corvette with a 5-speed in it. So he won a race with that. He was runner-up at the Gator Nationals in super stock. At the first 2 points races, he was in both finals in comp and super stock for like two straight races or 3 straight races. I mean, he loaned his Camaro stocker out to somebody who then went on to win the points race that he won in comp. I mean, the man just stop it, little girl. We got cats trying to jump up.
He don't know how to lose.
I'm trying to keep them at bay. I'm trying to keep them at bay.
He doesn't know how to lose, Robert. I mean, just a tremendous racer.
Yeah, and he finished off winning the Division II title in both comp and Superstock this year. And I mean, and we had him on earlier this year, and he's a heck of a nice guy and a phenomenal racer. So I would say them off the top of my head. And then also the stock eliminator world champion, Joe Sorensen. He and his brother Hal, they won their first championship this year in their 69 Camaro, which anybody that follows stock eliminator racing knows just how bad quick this small block Camaro is. He's won the JEGS All-Star race a couple times. He represented Division 6 again this year. He won the national event in Vegas this year. He was at, put it this way, it was in a 2 or 3 way shootout down to it to win it. So he went from their home in Woodburn, Oregon, down to Vegas. They had to basically, I think they had to get to semifinals or beyond to seal it. Okay. Well, he ended up winning the race, national event. Okay. And in the final, had a heads up race and had it covered by a mile. I mean, but very tough racers, very, very deserving. So I tip my hat to their first world championship. They've won many division titles and stuff like that. So congratulations to them. And oh gosh, what is the gentleman's name on the Southeast Gassers that just did a phenomenal job? He ended up winning the Superstock class in his Nova. Give me 1 second, and I can tell you. Jerry Dean. Jerry Dean, that's the gentleman's name. Last Rebel 2 won the Superstock class. They have a 10-race series, and he won 8 straight. 8 straight. I mean, are you kidding me? You know, a small block, 4-speed, small tire Nova, 8th mile heads up racing, and to win 8 straight is amazing. So I tip my hat to him and all the Southeast Gassers champions. Amongst there's other champions too. And then I think we got some locals here too. Wouldn't you agree, Mitchell?
Yeah, we got some locals that need to be mentioned. One of them's Bart Pat-Gillian that runs in Sportsman Class at Gainesville.
Yep.
Just a great racer. He's won several championships out there. He's got a pretty good collection of Wallies, and we're going to try to get him on the podcast. Yep. You know, the guy had such bad luck going out to Vegas to compete, you know, to represent Division II. But he made it there. He made it there, and he competed. And I tell you what, it might not have been the Wally that he was wanting at the end of the day, but he still got a Wally for I think it was the Never Give Up.
Yep.
Award. And
I mean,
that's something really neat to be able to get.
Yeah, I mean, to say the least, Bart put his effort in, and we both agree. I mean, he's one of the most impressive, consistent drivers to win track championship at Gainesville and South Georgia and Sportsman 2 years in a row at the same time. Okay, then to win a race of champions at South Georgia this year, to win the wild card and get runner-up in the big show. Go out to Vegas, drive out there by himself, okay, towing his car, but drive out there. The computer goes bad in the truck, so he has to unload his Corvette, drive 4 hours round trip after buying another one, come back, install it, get stuck in traffic, go X amount of hours down the road, a tire separates on the truck, pulls over, gets a set of tires to fix it, to continue on. Now, he's driving by himself now from Florida to Vegas. Then he gets out on the western part of Texas in the middle of nowhere, and the fuel pump goes out. In the middle of nowhere. I mean, nowhere. So I don't know how he got help. He got that thing to a garage somehow, somewhere, and he and somebody dropped it, fixed it, and then he continued on his way. And thank goodness he had no problems coming back. But
he did. Yeah, and one other tire that was separating.
Oh, that's right.
One of the new tires he bought. Yeah, started separating him on the way back.
Yeah, one separate going out. One
he says, I just want to get home.
Oh, yeah. Now, a lot of us would just be like, park this thing, lock it up, and get a flight. I mean, after all this, but nevertheless, I mean, very, very determined. And then to make it out there barely before the first round, first time run, and then get out there and make his runs, it is impressive. So I say him, and I also say Brian Jones. Brian Jones for this year in Super Pro to win a track championship at both Gainesville and South Georgia, and then go win Race of Champions at South Georgia all in 1 year. Very, very impressive.
Yeah. Two great drivers. They really are. And I tell you, I sometimes dread to line up against Bart when I'm racing because he's that good. You better cut you a good light, or that's going to be the end of it for you. So he's really good at cutting good lights.
You know exactly what he's going to do. Say again.
Yeah, I mean, he cuts really good lights.
Yeah, I mean,
and one thing I can say about Bart, he's a very dedicated bracket racer. He's got his log books. And I tell you, those log books are very important to keep up with. That's something I have learned just, watching him, how important it is to go back in there and look and check the weather conditions and the elevation and make sure it's about the same and plug that number back on your car that you ran 2 years ago. But as long as it's in that logbook and the climate is all the same, put that number on the car, and that's what he does, and it works out for him.
Yeah. He is very much a student of the game, and he really, really is. And I mean, he's in the past couple of years, he's been driving Greg and Kelly Turner's big white Camaro in pro, and I think it was this year alone he got 5 finals with it. Hasn't quite got the break yet, but it got in 5 finals this year and finished second at Gainesville without winning a race. So that's just telling you just how many rounds consistently going through. And Greg and Kelly are excellent people, phenomenally good people. They're dedicated to racing and encouraging and everything. So they got a really good team there. Got a really good team. So they're I can't say the dark horse, but they're really the ones to look out for next year, for sure. Yeah. Greg's getting the motor freshened right now in Great White or Big White, and yeah, buddy, it's going to be good. But that's part of it. That's part of it. But I mean, and our season starts the second week of January or third week?
No, it's later part. I want to say 26th, 27th of January is when we start Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, you see, our season's literally around the corner. So we got we don't want to at times. We got a lot going on. I got my car parked in the garage and working on it, doing maintenance on it, and like a lot of people are. But like I said, there's a lot going on. We got the Mini Million coming up, or actually going on right now. We got the New Year's race coming up. There's the foot brake race, the big foot brake race going on in Piedmont over Thanksgiving. There's several other races around. There's a lot going on. And
you got the Winter Series that Drag Illustrated's doing. Got that series coming up in mid-February. You got Lights Out at South Georgia Motorsports Park. So it's so great to live in the South because we race all year around. We don't have to worry too much about snow. Not saying we can get snow every once in a while, but
it doesn't stick.
Not very often, and usually doesn't. It doesn't stick. Yeah.
Right.
So we're pretty safe on that. But I tell you, there's a lot of racing coming up still.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of racing. No, I was agreeing with you. I said there's a lot of racing going on, and I mean, you can either watch it live stream, or if you want to get out of the cold environment that you're at, come on down. There's somebody racing down here year round. Matter of fact, a friend of mine up in Maryland texts me. It's like going, "Hey, we're coming down to buy a car down in the Orlando area. Do do you know if there's any place doing test and tune over this time period or this and that? I'm not too familiar where to look. They know the tracks. They're just not familiar where to look. You know what I mean? They said, they're like going, hey man, what you think? So I just did a quick glance and I said, hey man, here's 2 tracks, you know what I mean? One before and one after, pick. And I said, you be able to get a couple runs in. And they're like, thanks. I didn't even see this or see that. And they're like, yeah, I mean, you don't want to go all the way back to Maryland without getting it figured out at least once. So anyway, we got a lot going on.
If it gets cold and you want to go racing, come down south.
Yeah, come down south
where the tracks are still hot.
And everybody wanted to remind everybody that we do have Spotify. Okay, On the Spot Motorsports Media is on Spotify, and we've uploaded about 15 interviews so far, and I'm going to continue to upload interviews so that, like I said, if that's your platform that you like to listen to while you do whatever your activities you want to do, you can listen to it. You can look us up. We have a lot of the most current interviews that we've done. So like I said, we ask you to continue to support that platform, which is new, but also support our YouTube channel, On the Spot Motorsports Media. That's continuing to grow. And also to this one, On the Spot Motorsports Media on Facebook. And we thank you very much. We ask you to continue to support it and share with others. Mitchell puts a lot of hard work in on the articles that he writes. And also wanted to tell everybody, thank you for supporting my Facebook channel, Simpson Competition, and Facebook page also, Simpson Competition. It's grown. It's slow, but it's quite all right because it's just me doing it when I can. And we haven't got the biggest turnout as far as the race with me and Mitchell, but we have some people that's been interested in it. So that's been fun. So we appreciate everybody and your support. And Mitchell, do you want to announce the continued or an additional partner for next year?
Oh, definitely. We're actually pretty much got one finalized, and we ran that commercial tonight, and that's Scorpion Racing Products. We're still working on the other one, and hopefully that goes through. And that's Ferry Motorsports. They're located in Baker County, pretty much in the heart of McClenny. And they got everything covered there, from circle track to drag racing. If you need it, they don't have it, they can get it for you. And just talk to Richard Ferry there in the store and tell him that you heard about a store from right here on the Spot Motorsports Media. So we're trying to finalize that, and we'll start running his commercial as well. Glad to have them in addition to Redline Oil. Mark Beatty, I want to thank you for all your support, supporting our podcast, and we're looking forward to talking to you at PRI. And want to also thank you for offering up for us to use your booth to do some interviews with some other drivers that are sponsored by Redline. And I tell you, if you want to be the best, you got to use the best, and Redline Products is the best out there that you can use. Just look them up and look at all the race teams that use it.
Absolutely. On the Spots Motorsports Media is Team Redline and also Team Scorpion. So we appreciate everybody with their help. And like I said, I mean, if anybody's interested in getting involved with us, whether it be the live feed or the podcast, just reach out to either one of us, either Mitchell or myself. And like I said, we'll talk and we'll see what we can do to help each other. And but like I said, we're very, very appreciative. And I mean, everybody, look, go and first of all, go support your local tracks. Go support your local tracks. Go support your local speed shops like Ferry Performance. Okay, definitely go support them. Okay, but also, for example, at Gainesville, if you can't make it on a Scorpion Bracket Racing Series night, then or day, I should say, then tune into the live feed, the On the Spots Motorsports Media live feed. That and Mitchell puts a lot of effort there to have a live feed going, and just because he enjoys it and we support it, and he wants to show everybody the excitement that we see every day, and to help promote each other. So we ask you, to continue to follow that, and we ask for your encouragement. So, but we appreciate it. Sorry, I got more cats trying to jump on me. but I know you get it, Mitchell. But I'm like trying to keep her at bay.
Oh, mine's locked out of here, so mine's in the living
Well,
room. He's not in here with me.
Yeah, well, I don't have a door separating where they're at to me, and even if I did, they would absolutely just be going, acting like somebody's dying. You know how it is. It's like going, really? And just daytime Emmy kind of stuff, just way overacting. But it is what it is. But now I'm just trying to keep the little girl at bay here.
To speak about the PRI, what our plans are there is to pre-record the interviews, and as soon as they are over, we'll drop them. We just want to make sure that the Wi-Fi connection is good. We don't want to try to go live if it's spotty. It's always best to record it, go somewhere where the connection is really well, dump those on our Facebook page, and hopefully upload them to YouTube and then to our Spotify account. But it's going to be a really neat thing for you to tune in to our page as we're at PRI, talking to these manufacturers. We'll be posting a lot of pictures, and things that you might be missing if you can't make it there. And like Robert said, it's been a while since we've been to a PRI event. I do miss it that it's not in Orlando, which is only 3 hours away. But at the same time, people are in Indianapolis. They're like, "Oh, I'm really glad that we don't have to drive all the way down to Orlando to go to the show." So, but and I kind of understand a reason why they're holding the show now in Indy compared to Orlando. You got a lot of race shops there in Indianapolis, from drag racing to IndyCar, and of course, most of your NASCAR teams are to the south in North Carolina. So it's pretty much the same direction either way for them if they wanted to go.
I agree with that statement, and that totally makes sense. But I disagree with the fact of, let's see, okay, I'm a manufacturer of whatever shape or form, and I'm going to plan on participating at this show. Well, the family would like to go with me. It's 20 degrees out. Okay, so in Indianapolis, 20 to 30 degrees. Let's just pick that as a temperature. So they're not going to want to do anything outside, which makes sense. Okay, so that's kind of limiting what they would want to do. Okay, or you come to Orlando in December. You might have a windbreaker on. You might have shorts and sandals on. Okay, it could vary within 10 minutes. Okay, but you have a lot of activities for the family to do there. You come down a week early, go spend a time at the Big Mouse House if that's where you want to go, or anything else. Cape Canaveral. There's Busch Gardens. There's a lot to do down here. Okay, or even go racing for that matter. But anyway, come down here, spend time with the family like that, then attend the show, and off you go, and then head on back. Now I agree. The travel distance, I'm not going to lie. Yes, that's different. And but still, come on. Ask the family where they would like to go. Indy in December or Florida in December. I think they can help answer that for you. That's just my 2 cents. That's it. I'll let it be. I'll let it be. But, restaurants lined up all around the convention center in Orlando or not at Indy. Everything walking distance outside, don't necessarily need a jacket in Orlando. Total opposite in Indy.
Well, I did hear there's a pretty good steakhouse right there beside the convention center up there.
I'm going to look into that. That's kind of my thing. If I get an opportunity to go racing somewhere, if I can, I try to have a steak once. Because I don't get an opportunity down here to eat that much because just working, regular stuff. But
I passed a couple of steaks.
Definitely want to.
I passed a couple of steaks today. They were stuck in the ground by the road. You want one of those?
Not quite the same. Not quite the same. If you can't put it on a grill, have good char marks and stuff like that. Nope. 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 And a good steak does not need sauce. A good steak only needs like a little bit of butter on it, a little bit of salt, maybe that, as you're cooking it, stuff like that. But a good steak does not need sauce. And you can just put it down. But
just go ahead and let everyone
hungry
know.
Talking about this.
Just go ahead and let everyone know there will not be a show this Thursday. We'll be celebrating Thanksgiving with our families, pretty much like everybody else. And so we want to take that moment to step back and relax for a couple of days before we get back after it, because on December the 5th, we've got Paul Lee joining us and Krista Baldwin. That's going to be a great show. We're going to talk about Paul Lee's year, and also Krista Baldwin's. She raced a couple events this year, and she is a whiz behind the camera, doing all kinds of PR stuff for Paul Lee. So we want to talk to her a little bit about that and all the things that she's involved with. And of course, we're going to probably bump back into Paul Lee up at PRI, and hopefully he can show us some new products that they might be coming out with. So that'd be pretty neat. And like I said, we'll get that dropped on our Facebook page. So again, we won't have a show that Thursday because up there in Indy at PRI, we probably won't do a show. We'll just be dropping a lot of videos of interviews from probably Wednesday throughout Friday. So we're looking forward to it, and hopefully Robert doesn't freeze to death.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Florida boy. I ain't gonna lie, but no, I'll manage. But no, I'm just comparing notes. Come on, let's look at facts. You know what I mean?
Hey, I love the cold weather.
I
love the cold weather.
As long as I'm prepared. I like it as long as I'm prepared. Okay. If I'm not prepared, or if I don't know it's coming, I'm stuck on a job site or something like that, which, let's face it, you typically know when it's coming, but you know what I mean. But I'm like,
while we're up there, if they do get some snow and some black ice, you want to go to a parking lot and do some donuts?
Yes. Yes. But we're going to check it out between the lights and make sure there's no curbs. But yes.
Yeah, we don't want to hit no light poles either.
Oh, no. We don't, we don't want nothing like that. But yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
What we should do is rent a minivan and take a couple extra passengers with us from the PRI show and go do some donuts.
No, that's how liabilities come up. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. It's like the first rule is if you go break the law, don't film it. That's the first thing.
Well, we wouldn't film it.
No, I'm just saying. Second rule, somebody's going to film it. You bring extra people, somebody's going to film something. You know what I mean? I'm like going, come on. Then the second rule, if you break the law, don't take anybody with you. Don't tell anybody. Come on, rookie.
Well, I know there's going to be a few people there that I know. They'll be crazy enough to join in with the fun. I can promise that.
Don't get me wrong, man. I would like to have a good open spot and try a Rockford and see how that works. And see if we can pull that off in a minivan. I don't know, man. We might be spinning it around like a top. But
there'll be all kinds of rental cars out there in the parking lot doing donuts.
Oh yeah. One person do it and everybody's like going, okay. Yeah. Whoop. And you go and do it. And then next thing you know, people get not looking so happy about it. And then you got security coming after you and Barney Fife's all running after you and all that stuff. And then you got the popo and then blue light special and I don't need that again.
That's when you run back to your motel room and they come to you and say, "Oh, someone must have stolen it out of the garage."
Oh yeah, then you go to all the security
cameras.
It wasn't us. Going to security camera and that ugly mug looking right at the camera. So trust me.
No,
man, I
we
was a
won't be
kid
doing
once.
that.
I was a kid once, you know, so it's like going, man, don't start with none of that stuff. No, no. First rule: if you're gonna break the law, be by yourself. You got no witnesses. You know. Second rule: don't film yourself. Jeez.
Well, yeah, it's okay to have witnesses as long as your stories are all the same.
Somebody's going to crack. Somebody's going to crack. It's just inevitable. Somebody's going to crack. You know. But I mean, you know, yeah,
There's
it's all.
another person that we're going to try to get with and do a little interview with is Ryan Yaler.
Yep.
That's another person we'll try to reach out to and try to get something lined up. Pro stock motorcycle rider, just a super nice guy. Has a program down in South Florida for people to rent Mustangs and race. You know, if they've never done it before, just a great thing that he's got going on down there. So I'd like to get him on the show, you know, not just to interview him down there, but get him on the show for a little while, for about an hour, and just talk about all the things that he's involved with, talk about his sponsors and stuff. I think it'd be a pretty interesting conversation.
Right. Yeah, it would be. It would be. He's got a lot going on. So yeah, it'd be a good talk. Absolutely be a good talk. And you just reminded me of some more people I'm trying to get with as far as getting on the program, and their schedule is crazy. But I'm not going to say who they are right now. But I'm going to reach out to some more. It should be pretty fun. Should be pretty fun. Good talk to some people. So we got our work cut out for us, Mitch.
And I tell you, visit our page often. We're always dropping articles on there and news updates like today. Jason McCullough, he is going over to race not going over to race, but going over as a co-crew chief for Josh Hart, leaving Capco.
That's
so
right.
The 2025 shuffle has already begun, and that's what I was saying. We'll probably hear something soon about who's going to fill the seat for Blake Alexander leaving and going on from Jim Head Racing. It could be Jim Head's son comes back and sits in the car. We never know. And some of those announcements may be made at PRI.
Right. Which let's face it, either be SEMA or PRI. It's that SEMA's done. So yeah, I definitely would see that. And Mitchell, you remind me of something. I don't know why it just popped in my head. We encourage everybody to support other podcasters, whether it be Drag Talk Weekly, their buddy James and Marco, or whether it be Bobby Fazio with driver's interview with Bobby Fazio, or Lee Craft with Between the Slicks, or Shake and Bake, or others. We encourage everybody to support people doing podcasts on racing of all types. And I'd say, well, of course, I'm selfish. I like our podcast, but I think Bobby Fazio has one of the best podcasts out there. I mean, it's for sportsman racing. It's always upbeat, it's encouraging, it's informative, and always talking.
He does a real good job of breaking down the racing weekend in the stock eliminator class. There's all the numbers out there, where they were at, where they were under, over. Just does a really great job at that. And plus, doing the interviews in the pits is always pretty nice to see what these guys' cars are and what their attitudes are, their egos. I think that's really important, and the thing that he brings to the race fan.
Right.
And now, if you want to watch something funny that will crack you up a lot, Shake and Bake, man. Go over there and watch Shake and Bake with Courtney Enders, La Barnett, and Stevie Fast. You'll probably be holding your side. Because I'll tell you what, they're pretty hilarious. And also Wes Buck, follow his show. And, he's going to have a lot of things coming up and a lot of updates of the Winter Series that's going to be taking place. So, stay tuned to that. When it comes to that stuff, I pay attention to his page to find out what's coming up next, who the sponsors are of the classes. And of course, Redline Oil is one of the sponsors of the Winter Series. And, he's always updating. You go to Drag Illustrated's Facebook page, always updating the drivers that are being invited and to participating in that little 3 race series.
Yeah, I totally agree. They're all really good podcasts, and to hear Steve be fast and Lyle go at it, gee whiz, that right there, that is hilarious.
There's no holding back. There's no holding back.
They're both grudge racers. They race anything with a steering wheel and wheels. Okay. But they're both grudge racers too. Yep. So you get 2 grudge racers together, and that is literally some of the best stories I think you're ever going to hear. And I'm like going, gee whiz, man. The Shadow versus Beer Money. If they could pull off a race with each other with Shadow, and Shadow have to give Beer Money a lot. Lot. There's no way to really make that clean and fair. You know what I mean? But that would be a lot of fun. It really, really would. To see them.
I think Stevie Fatsworth just built him a grudge car again. Just build him another grudge car.
It's not like he can't.
Have him go
it's not like he doesn't have enough connections to get him a car by next week. You know what I mean? But personally, just for fun, grudge, and just fun. I would like to see them too. And just anyway.
Oh, they're not going to do it for fun. They're not going to do it for fun. There's going to be something thrown in the mix.
No. That's between them. That's between them. But I'm talking about.
I think what they should do is get a T-shirt. If Lyle beats Stevie, Stevie's got to wear a Lyle Barnett shirt. I got my butt kicked by Lyle Barnett, and vice versa. Now that'd be pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Now, where I think you could do it at a charity race. You know what I mean? At some type of kids charity race or fundraiser race or something like that. You know what I mean? And then they do their 2 out of 3 or however they want to do it, and you'll bring in a huge crowd, and it'd be a lot of fun.
I know a track that would love to have that there. Shady Side.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Actually, any track would love to have that. But Shady Side would get down with that. That's for sure. Well, all of them would, let's face it. But if Stevie come back with something that comparable with Beer Money, then at least, as long as you can keep it within back tire and the brake, if you can keep it within those parameters, then it could possibly be a race. But if you need, if you got to do street rules, give you 2 in the go and 3 in the go and all that, you can't really pull that off on the track, and it's
they're not going to do that. It's going to be heads up. It'll be heads up.
But I'm just saying, because there's no way to get Shadow and Beer Money close that I can see, reasonably. But, it's part of it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate everything. We're just here just talking, and we don't get an opportunity much just to come on here and just to talk about whatever we want for this long. Usually somebody lined up and all that stuff. So anyway, everybody, we appreciate everything. We really do. And we look forward to seeing everybody soon and talking to you. So we hope you all have a wonderful night.
And you do go to PRI and you see us walking around, bump into us, say hello. Just tell them if they do see us at PRI, bump into us and tell us hello.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you see us at PRI or reach out to us, through Messenger and stuff like that, and say, hey, where you at? We're here, blah, blah, blah. Tell us what booth you're at, and yeah, we'll come look you up or you come look us up. But absolutely, man, come out and just come talk to us and just hang out and, shoot the breeze, about whatever. We're good with that. Just keep everything fun and lively. But until next time, everybody, we appreciate it.
Yep.
Everybody,
take care, everyone.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition. And a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit, we'll protect it.
Ready to take your engine to the next level? Scorpion Racing Products delivers precision-engineered, high-performance rocker arms that dominate the track. 100% CNC machined in the USA with aerospace-grade aluminum for unmatched strength and durability. Our rocker arms handle extreme conditions with multiple ratios available to fit your needs. Backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. When performance matters, choose Scorpion Racing Products. Proven, reliable, unstoppable.